Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of LTA. Let's talk about it. A podcast where we explore the intricacies of relationships and help you navigate the journey of love. I am indeed your host for today. And today we will be talking about something very, very important. To be honest, everything we talk is very important because it has to do with relationships and love and all that. So this podcast was created with the intention of bringing men and women together. Communication is key. Communication is very, very important. There's a lot of podcasts and channels in favor of men, in favor of women, against men, against women, and we want to bring men and women together. We believe in a family unit. And today we will be talking about expectations in a relationship. Ooh, expectations. Everybody has expectations. Okay? Before we get into that, guys, support the channel. If you already supported the channel, thank you very, very, very much. And if you believe in a family unit, you believe that a couple should stay together, you believe in a good environment for the kids, this is the right place for you. Here we don't just provide information, intel, and insightfulness about obviously relationships, but about personal growth. If you don't have personal growth, you're not going to have a good relationship, right? Obviously the challenge for whoever wants to listen to us and take it on board, but we aim this channel for grown folks, 23, 24, 25, people that have time and people that want to start or are already in a deep loving relationship, and they're having problems and they think that it's just them. It's not. Trust me. So that's what we're here for. Networking, the most important thing, networking, and just exchange information. So guys, leave us, send us an email, your emails. Obviously leave some comments, get the channel going. The algorithm relies a lot on people talking about the channel, talking about, things that were said, and back and forth on the comment section. That's very, very, very important. Right. For those of you who know me already, you know that I'm a Stoic, and I do provide quotes from my favorite Stoics, and I will be doing that today again, because again, networking, sharing, it's important. Okay, expectations in a relationship. Expectations, right? Everybody has expectations. If you, hopefully you have listened to some of my first videos where I tell you that you have to follow, there's a set of steps that you need to take in order to veto your partner, in order to make sure that person is for you. And this is an equal thing. It's just like man needs to veto women, women needs to veto men. Okay? Because if you're going to be spending time with a stranger, essentially that's what we are when we get into a relationship with someone. You need to make sure that the person has qualities and has traits that it doesn't necessarily need to be the same as yours, but it needs to be compatible. And if the feelings is that strong and you think you can compromise and you can overlook, please do. However, take accountability. Later on, if the person has certain things that you guys used to fight in the beginning, it will be the same things that you guys will fight at the end. But that's why you need to cover those steps. So if you haven't heard that one, go back. It's one of my first videos. Go back and listen to it. I think it's like actually them. It's like 2 or 3. Everybody has expectations. Some people are very good in. Some people are not aware of those expectations until they reach a certain either point in the relationship or a certain time in their personal life. So that's why when I say that the channel is mostly for grown folk, it means that when you're 19, of course you've got expectations, but when you're 19, your priorities are not straight unless you're a very mature 19-year-old. So you think everything is lovey-dovey and you're just going through that moment and whatnot. You don't actually have expectations because you don't have any long-term goals that involve someone else. Okay? Well, this is on average, okay? Exceptions don't make rules. Of course, there's people out there that, they're very mature at 19 and they already know what they want. And that's fantastic. My grandma used to say that we plan and the gods laugh. And that is very, very true. We make plans, and if we manage to accomplish 30% of those plans, it's just perfect. So expectation. So I'm going to be covering both men and women one at a time. Expectation as a man. Men are very easy. It depends on the person, on the individual, but across the board, men are very easy when it comes to expectations, right? When you meet someone, you need to speak, you need to communicate, you need to tell the person honestly, genuinely, if you're really interested in a relationship, serious relationship. You need to communicate clearly, and you need to tell your partner what is it that you want, what is it that you like, and a lot of people don't do that. You need to communicate. Of course, you're not going to tell them like very intimate things. We're not going to overshare. I already spoke on a previous podcast about oversharing. Oversharing is a huge problem, especially on women's side. Women overshare too much. Well, you're already oversharing, but women overshare all the time, and that is a major issue. But things like basic things like, okay, you get to know the person that you let the person talk a little bit about themselves, and you check things like body language. If the person is looking at you, if the person is looking away, if the person has a clean cut, the person made an effort on their image. Then, vocabulary, right? Through vocabulary, you can tell if the person is educated or at least care to be educated. Some people are educated, but they just they let that go. They just don't use any knowledge that they have acquired. If the person is neat and clean, and then you go into letting the person speak. Let the person tell you. Everybody will tell you who they are. Okay, you need to pay attention because a person will literally tell you who they are through, just by talking. And if you get caught on something later on, it's on you, because probably the person told you, and showed you who they are in the first 6 dates. 3 dates is enough, but in the first 6 dates that you guys been together. Okay, so through letting people speak and letting them tell you who they are, you start getting a picture of what is it they're looking for. If you're not sure, and if the person is not clear, ask. Okay, so what is it that you're looking for in a partner? Right? And how do you envision yourself relationship-wise in 2-3 years from now, 5 years from now? You know what I'm saying? You might get somebody cheeky, somebody witty that, might be, have some pickup lines and stuff like that, a bit cheesy. Or you might have somebody that is straightforward, right? But you need to pay attention. And when it's your time to let the person know what you're looking for, be honest. Don't try to bring your best representative and then it's not really what you're all about. Be honest about what you feel, about what you want, and just let the person know, listen, just because I want this and I'm expecting this, it doesn't mean that that's what must be. I'm willing to compromise, but then I have points that I'm not willing to compromise on. So if there are things that you actually that you won't budge about, that's the infrastructure for that relationship, let the person know. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk from a man's perspective. I know it's a bit cliche, isn't it? I'll say it. We're all different, of course. Everybody's special in their own way. I'm a very unique individual, not just my life story, the choices I made, and the fact that I can do self-assessments of myself all the time. And I understand that I'm too hard on myself sometimes, but at least I'm not like too loose, right? So my life story and the things that I've been through are very unique. So it's going to be very hard for you to find people that have been through the same thing. So people have been through worse, but most people have not been through what I have been through. Okay? And because I've been through pain, and I had everything across the board, but from a very young age, my life was very, very tough. And also, been through a couple of heartbreaks and whatnot. And that's actually what pushed me to create this podcast and just to, network. But because I've been through a very rough childhood, and when I say rough, it's not like being bullied. It's rough. Every single type of abuse that would happen to kids these days, or would happen to kids. Some kids had this, some kids. I had all of them, right? That made me not just stronger mentally, but it taught me about the human behavior. It taught me about the like what humans are about. And you can always count on your fellow man to let you down. When somebody does something that people say, "Oh, I can't believe that person did that," I'm like, really? You can't believe it? Like, if you being jealous, if you being if you being mad, angry, envious, and all these things, you just following your nature. That's a human nature. But if you grow beyond that point, then you can elevate yourself to a God status. Okay? When I say God status, take that with a pinch of salt. I'm saying to a higher plane, right? Because being jealous of someone when they have a nice car, being revengeful when somebody does something to you, being angry when somebody gets that prompts that reaction from you because they did something to you, being bitter when you can't have the things that you want. These are all human-like things, and I always expect people to act that way. And if you don't, now you have my attention. That means that you have mastered yourself. And I apologize, I digress, but I'm just giving a little bit of insightfulness, how I see things, how I see life, how I see people. So when people do bad things to me, I was expecting them to be like that. I was expecting them to be just a human being, right? But if they want to do more, if they want to be more, then I see you. Okay? So me personally, when I go on a date with somebody, I'm candid, I'm honest, and I ask the questions that are relevant to me. I do not overshare because, it's just a date, but I make sure that I tackle the most important things to see if we're compatible. Okay? Me personally, jealousy is a big thing. Controlling jealousy, this shows that you are broken inside. This shows that you are insecure. And insecurity, it's literally a gate door for your past. If you're insecure and you're like insecure to a point where you don't do anything else but control somebody else, that shows a lot. That shows a lot from your previous relationships and your previous experiences that you have, or even you as an individual. To me, that is a major red flag that I made the mistake of not taking it seriously once, but I learned my lesson. Okay? So, from a guy's perspective, right, all the ladies listening is like, okay, what kind of expectations would guys have? So I'm going to tell you, men are very, very simple. We're simple creatures. There was a study, recent study made. They made this study in I think 17 countries in the Western world. And they asked questions to over 170,000 men. What are the three most important things that they would like a woman to do, or how they would like a woman to treat them? What are the three most important things that would make them be interested in a woman, or that would make them stay in a relationship? Okay. And everybody goes like, okay, this is interesting. It's getting interesting, right? You're not gonna believe the results. I know a lot of people thinking, oh no, yeah, it's sex. Have sex and shut up. Go cook. It didn't have anything to do with that. So number 3, not be promiscuous. So don't sleep around. Don't sleep with my friends. Things like that. Okay. Should I build some suspense? What do you think number 2 was? Yeah. Number 2, you're not going to guess it. I already said there's no sex. Number 2, believe in them. So don't betray them. Don't talk bad things about them. Don't talk about them to other people. So betrayal, right? Have their back and believe in them. Okay. And number 1, the most important thing that all these guys said that is the most important thing about a woman. Drum rolls. You ready? You ready for this? Be nice. Imagine, just be nice. Just be nice to a guy. Be nice to him. Be kind. That's it. So men are very, very simple. And I agree with all of them. That's true. They were spot on. This is for you to see that even though there's exceptions to rules and exceptions don't make rules, we all kind of think alike. And it's true. A girl that is not promiscuous, a girl that will not betray me, okay, because there's a difference between being faithful and being loyal. And I explained that in one of my previous videos. It's very distinctive. So you have to go back and listen to that video, guys, and guys, and subscribe. But yeah, number 1 thing that a guy finds attractive in a woman, that a guy, it's the most important, top 3 most important things, is when a woman is nice to you. Have you ever seen when a guy is a good looking guy, maybe he's about 6 foot and he's got a nice body, he's got a nice car, but then he's with a chubby girl? Chubby girls are nice. I'm telling you right now, chubby girl, I don't know if because they never had the pretty privilege. To be honest, actually, face-wise, chubby girls look better face-wise than slim girls. Well, slim is okay, regular weight, but skinny girls, I don't know why. Their face is just more welcoming. To me, honestly, it looks nice. But a chubby girl, and you think, oh, at least if she shed some weight off. But chubby girls are really, really nice on average. They're very nice. It's because I think they don't have that pretty privilege thing. So they are humbled from a very young age. In contrast with, very good looking girls. They're being slim, had a nice body, they're cheerleaders and whatnot. And those that had that male attention, they tend to be more arrogant. And they're pampered actually by their own parents, at first. So the parents is the one that makes them think that they're all that. But yeah, just be nice. Being nice to a guy will take you, even if you have a regular face, regular body. Of course, a guy would prefer a girl with regular face and a rocking body than, a terrible body and a beautiful face. I'm a face guy myself. However, I do admit that when a girl is nice to you, it's so much better. And then, do you guys know why is that? You guys ready for this? You guys know why? It's because on average, our mothers are very nice to us, and it takes us into that space. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, because moms are I think moms are nicer to boys, to sons, than daughters. Moms are very nice to sons. It's just, if a woman could baby her son forever, she would. I'm telling you. And that takes us to that space. But imagine just being nice to a guy. Just being nice. Don't be judgy. Back him up. Don't be promiscuous. Show him that you are on his side. Don't let anyone talk bad things about him. And that's it. You got a husband. Instead of all these BBLs and all this stuff that you do, and the looking like a blowfish and all this stuff, just be nice. But that requires you to look into yourself and, make assessments. And I think that from personal experience, most women are not ready to make a self-assessment of the content, but they do assessments of the package all the time. A lot of women think that just because they're pretty, they deserve the world. And it's crazy to me. And some of the women that look average and they're chubby, and they have a husband that is ready to do anything for them because they are nice. Guys, being nice is so important all across the board. Just be nice. The world is so tough. The world is hard. Don't be bitter. Honestly, like, that person doesn't want to be with you. It's fine. Be nice. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get that promotion. Don't worry. Be nice. It doesn't matter what you do in life. Listen, so bad thing happen anyway. So what's the point? So you choose to be miserable, right? So a bad thing happened to you and you choose to be miserable. Yeah, let's stay miserable because that's gonna, no, it doesn't matter. So just be nice because it's gonna happen anyway, right? Expectations from a man. Those three are absolutely spot on. When I go on a date with somebody, I'm looking for cleanliness. I want to see if the person is obviously, I like natural girls anyway. So, whatever. I mean, I don't mind surgery. I'm into technology. I'm into science. I love it. I know surgery helps a lot of people. If it's a minor thing, that's fine. But me personally, I prefer natural girls. I don't mind a little bit of stretch mark. I don't mind a little bit of cellulite. That's just normal. That's just being a human being. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking to shape them hips. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Slim waist, nice skin, nice teeth. Do you know what I mean? Kind eyes. Just respectful. And even if the girl is chubby, I don't really care about that. Like, if she's nice and respectful and she's ready to be on your corner, man, that's fantastic. And I think most men are prepared to love women that love them. And I think women conflate a lot because they see guys on social media. I don't have social media, but a lot of my friends have social media and they scroll and there's a lot of naked, you know what I'm saying, because you get bombarded with this. It's not really something that you choose to do. Sorry, anyone that has Instagram knows that you get bombarded with, like, the algorithm there is crazy, right? TikTok is even worse, right? And they conflate a man wants to have sex with someone with a man wants to have that person. Listen, guys are easy. You can get a guy to take you out and, like, spend a little bit of money on you and have sex with you. To him, that's just something to do. Keeping a guy, that's completely different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're willing to sleep with a guy, that's it. You won. It doesn't take much. It's genetic. But is he really going to text you the next day? I think you're going to get blocked, delete. You're going to get ghosted. Or he's going to make excuses. A guy that wants a woman, I'm telling you, a guy that wants a woman, he will move mountains to be with that woman. But it's quid pro quo. You can't have a guy wanting to be with you while you're being nasty, angry, negative. You talking stuff about him. You putting him down. Guys don't like that, ladies. Men don't like that. Just do these three things. Don't be promiscuous. Be sexy with him, but don't be promiscuous. Don't backstab him. Don't overshare stuff about your relationship. Don't talk to other women about your men. Ever. And be nice. Be thoughtful. Do you know what I mean? Be an asset. And he will always stick by you. Right? Expectations as a guy, I expect the woman not to be promiscuous, to be as natural as possible, because that has to do with a lot. That will have everything to do with her what's it called, insecurities, and her ability to have self-assessments and actually accept herself for who she is. You know what I'm saying? A man will accept you for who you are. That's why I gave the example. There's a lot of good looking guys, 6'1", 5'11", you know what I'm saying, with a nice body, a nice car, and whatever. And you look at them, and they got a chubby girl. They're walking around, chubby girl, cute face, chubby girl. Maybe she's not perfect, but she does anything for him. She's nice to him. You know what I'm saying? He feels good when he's around her. And a lot of pretty girls be like, oh, look, she's got that, I don't have it. Well, the sheer fact that you're saying that shows why you don't deserve a man like that. Do you know what I mean? So expectations from a guy, definitely just be nice, ladies. Honestly, I can't stress this enough. Don't sleep around, don't betray him, and be nice. How hard can he be, really? Honestly, how hard can he be? And whatever you do in the beginning, keep doing it all the way. A lot of girls, they pretend to be nice, but they're not. They're nasty. Why? They're relying on these ghosts. In New York, the Italians, they call it fughese. It's nothing. You know, the likes that you get on Instagram is nothing. It's some dude just, getting one off. I'm telling you, right? The likes that you get, this and that, it's just fughese. It's nothing. It's not real. These people don't know you. These people did not made you soup when you were sick, brought you some fruits, changed the bedding on your bed, took you to take a shower because you couldn't walk, right? These people did not go to buy you medicine, you know what I'm saying, rubbed your feet, gave you a massage. Do you know what I mean? These people don't know you. These people were not there for you when you were down, when you had an issue with your moms or your dad or your brother or your sister or your best friend, and they were there. Oh no, don't be upset, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. What you have to do, maybe just have a conversation. These people don't know you. These people were not there for you when you were getting, that time of the month where the cramping was really, really bad. And this dude knows that if he gets a little bit of warm water on that one of them warm baggy thingies, right? I don't know the name of that. And you put on your belly, feels good, and he knows the pills that you like to take. Do you know what I mean? He knows he knows that soda makes you feel bloated. Do you know what I mean? These people don't know you like that. They don't know the spots that they need to hit. They don't know that you like to have your back rubbed, but just around your neck. Do you know what I mean? These people don't know you. But yet, you rather give more emphasis to these people than to people that are there willing to do anything for you. I'm not saying be with somebody out of pity. I'm saying take the pity out of it and be with somebody that wants to be with you. And understand that. And because they have all these things on the side, they get sidetracked. Now you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're paying attention to fucking Ray and Tyrone and all these dudes. Brett, right? Brett's got 6 girlfriends, right? And you have another dude that who's there listening to you. He really sees you. He sees you. He's there for you. But you don't see this dude because he's not toxic enough, right? Everybody complaining, I can't keep a man. Well, have you tried closing your legs? Just close your legs. Just try it out. Close your legs for a little bit and see how that goes, right? Man's perspective. Listen, whatever you do in the beginning, keep doing it all the way. A guy will never go anywhere. Be nice. Compromise. Be kind. Be respectful. Don't backstab him. Don't ever let any woman, any person talk bad about your men, period. You should protect your men as much as you protect your child. That's the father of your child one day, if not currently. Every time you let somebody talk bad things about your partner, they're talking bad things about your kids. Did you know that? Exactly. So you didn't know that, did you? Yeah. And they're also doubting your judgment there because apparently you can't choose your own partner. Are these people perfect? Do they have problems in their own relationship? So the problem is that if everybody spends time taking care of their own relationship, they wouldn't have time to be talking about other people's relationship. And then they want to complain that they can't keep a man. Right? From a man's perspective, be kind. Don't be promiscuous. Don't stab me in the back. Compromise. And I'll take it further. If you got a guy that has everything on point and he's there for you and he's leading, let him lead. Be the consigliere by any means. If you see that maybe he's not making a very good decision, sit with your man. If you've been doing everything right, he will listen to you. Now, if all you do all day is nag and you talk bad things about him behind his back, you know what I'm saying? He feels like he can't trust you. He's not going to trust your judgment, ladies. He's not going to trust your judgment because you obviously don't make good decisions on a regular basis. However, if you're kind to your men and you're there for him, trust me, you're going to be running the show from the back. I'm telling you. And when I say from the back, I don't mean like, oh, you got to be behind him. You can be obviously as a couple side to side. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is like, as a leader in a relationship of men, we are natural born leaders. And when I say that, I don't mean that every man is meant to be the president of the United States. This is not what I'm talking about. Every man is meant to be the prime minister of Britain. I'm saying every man is the lead in his house. Point blank, period. However, a man that has a great woman that obviously is capable of controlling her emotions and backing up her man, is capable of giving very good advice. And a good advice is a good advice, no matter who you get it from. If your woman sees that you're doing something that you might not be capitalizing it, women have a different perspective. You guys need to understand that. Women are very insightful, and women are far superior than us when it comes to social cues. And do you know what I mean? Because that's what they do. That's what they do. So when you have a good woman that is not promiscuous, she does not talk bad things about you behind your back, okay? And she's nice to you. She does not put you down. When that woman talks to you, listen. It doesn't mean that you have to do what she's saying, but if you listen and it makes sense, why not? Okay? This is not a competition. It's teamwork. Teamwork. Everybody's playing a role. Like in football, everybody plays a role. Basketball, everybody plays a role. In life, everybody plays a role. You have the chain of commands in the military, in companies, for a reason. Everybody's playing a role. Why should it be different in a relationship? Everybody needs to play a role, right? So that's from a man's perspective. I will probably do a live show on this because I think that I will have like different views and stuff like that, which is great. But let's leave the boys on the side for a little bit. Let's go on the ladies. Expectations from a lady's perspective. And I'm talking to the guys here. Depending on who you go on a date, nowadays it's hard, man. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you go on a date with a normal woman, that likes you, right? She already likes you, right? You guys, talk maybe a couple of times and you ask her on a date. You got the guts to ask her on a date. If a woman is stopping to talk to you, she likes you. There's at least something. She's curious, something. Women don't just waste their time. Women are not like us. We have problems saying no. Women doesn't have problems saying no. Okay? She'll tell you no straight in your face, and she's not even gonna bat an eye. She's not even gonna remember you. If you talk to a girl and your approach is nice, you got a solid approach. Be respectful. Keep a certain distance. Have a good cadence on your voice. A good tone on your voice, and state clearly what you want. Be confident. Relax your shoulders. Relax. Okay? And you got her to go on a date with you. This is what she's expecting. She's expecting you not to be a creep. And she's expecting you to listen. Okay? Listen. A woman will tell you who she is if you let her speak. She's expecting you to be that guy. The guy. Okay? Listen, they've been bombarded with all this Cinderella and all this stuff. They want that Prince Charming. Even if this is a normal girl, she's not expecting Prince Charming, but she's expecting you to be more than all the other dudes that hit on her on a regular basis. Be that guy. So whatever the dudes do, you don't do that. You do better. Okay? Now, if she's one of these modern women, then you are in a bit of a pickle there, sir. And now I'm going to address the ladies. Ladies, I know that you're expecting a man to do everything for you and to create everything, to achieve everything, to come up with all the ideas, and to accomplish in record time. But this is not Cinderella. This is not fantasy world. Every single thing that you struggle, a man also struggles. He's got things that he struggles on a regular basis. So when you're insecure about something, a man is also insecure about something else. We're all very much alike, that we are different. We just fit different roles. And you need to understand that. Ladies, don't be just on the side like a pancake, waiting for your man to come up with the ideas of doing things. Waiting for your man to come up and pay for everything. Waiting for your man to come up and get a house. What is you doing? As I mentioned before, a team is better than one. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you gonna beat somebody's backpack and just, get on their back and just, ride along? Or are you gonna be a team player? You're gonna be an asset. Let me tell you something, and I hope you guys understand this, okay? And I'm gonna be a little bit harsh, but somebody needs to tell you things that you don't want to hear. You ready? Women can be bums too. If a guy is 26, 27, 28, still living at his parents, he's not going to school, he's not working, or he's working part-time, he's playing video games all day, he has no prospects for his future, he's a bum. If a woman is waiting for a man to pay for her, she is also a bum. Should I say this again? If a woman is waiting to get a guy to pay for her existence, to pay for her things, she's a bum. Women can be bums too. So let me tell you, this is 2023, ladies and gentlemen. There's no excuses. Both men and women can do virtually or almost the same things, apart from, what we've been designed by Mother Nature to do. Okay? As a human being, in the 21st century, you have to be able to go to school, whether you're a man or a woman, graduate as much as possible, then get a job, and either living with your parents or living on your own or in a share house, you need to be able to cover your bills. That is food, rent, utility bills, phone, possibly a car note. If you cannot do that as an individual, you should not be dating, point blank, period. Both men and women. If you're expecting a guy to just have you on his back because he's got male genitals and he was born a man, all of a sudden he has to be responsible for a total stranger, you are absolutely crazy. It is ludicrous. Just like a guy should not expect a woman to clean and cook and do all this. Fair enough. You should not be expecting a guy to be paying for your existence just because you have a vajayjay. This is crazy to me. So both men and women should be able to be self-sufficient. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm working, right? And I'm making enough money for my family and we have kids, I would prefer that my wife, my woman, would stay with the kids. But I understand that it can affect people mentally. So maybe, obviously, she's got her own thing that she does. Maybe she likes to go to some yoga classes, some gym, maybe a part-time twice a week, just to interact with people. That would be perfect. But I'm making more money. I'm making enough money for the family. I would prefer if she takes care of the kids full time. However, that should not be something. This is something that, couples need to speak. Each couple is different. But a woman expecting to get pregnant just to get a free house, like a lot of people in Britain do, and to get free things by getting pregnant on purpose, or a woman expecting to go on dates, expecting guys to pay, it is outrageous. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm telling you, if you do that on a regular basis, you're a bum. Women can be bum too. Okay? Women can be bums too. Okay? Everybody should be self-sufficient. I'm not talking about marriage. I'm talking about all across the board. You should be able to pay your own bills. You should be self-sufficient. People go through things. Absolutely. I'm not talking about exceptions. I'm talking about rules. Exceptions don't make rules. I'm talking about the average. Of course, if you go through things and you got somebody helping you, that's fine. I've been through things a couple of times and I had to restart a couple of times. That's fine. But it's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. It's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. So, I know that girls have a lot of expectations. I'm gonna tell you from a man's perspective what kind of expectations I think is reasonable. You should care about me as an individual. You should care about what I do for a living. You should look at me and see if I'm clean or not, if I'm groomed or not. You should care if I have any criminal record that involves violence. If you're considering to seriously date me, right? And you should care if I live by myself in a share house or with my parents. And how much I like you. That's it. And how much I'm willing to do and compromise, and how much I'm willing to invest in us. These are the only things that are reasonable to care about from a woman's perspective when you go on a date. How much money I've got should not be relevant. Absolutely, unequivocally not. If you're looking for a payout, you should not be dating people. Period. It's just gonna be disaster. Let me tell you why it's gonna be a disaster. So every time you're under someone and that person has responsibility over you, right? Then that person has responsibility over you. That means that person will also be telling you what to do on a regular basis. This will happen. The person will have a certain level of entitlement over you. To avoid that, you should never be under someone financially. You should never be under someone financially. And I'm not including married couples. Marriage is different, right? And I said, again, if one of the parties has way more money than the other one, even then, as a man, you should avoid it, because, you as a man, you can do things for a woman all your life. You're never going to say, but I did this for you. A woman does something for you one time, oh my God. She's going to tell you every single day. But this is actually a bad woman. You're looking to get with a good woman, not a bad woman. But to eliminate that problem, both parties should either be working, right, or looking to work and share things. Therefore, both opinions are relevant and you can talk about it. And a woman that is able to do that and still let a man be man, that's a perfect woman. Marry her, I'm telling you right now. A woman that is able to come 50-50 on everything, or almost 50, let's say 60-40. 60-40 on everything, and she still allows you to be a man. She doesn't talk about you, she backs you up, she listens, and she's nice to you. Marry that woman today. I'm telling you right now, you got something rare. You've got something rare. Okay? But from a guy's perspective, ladies, the things that I said are the only things that are reasonable, that you should expect from a man. These are the only things. Everything else, I'm waiting to go on the holidays 3-4 times a year. Is you crazy? People have to work, you know. People have to pay bills. This is not reasonable at all. I'm not a drug dealer. Most people are not. I don't commit crimes. Most men actually go to work and they work hard for the things that they have. Right? I'm expecting to go on nails every week and spend 100 pounds in nails and another 150 hair. Okay, is you gonna pay for that? Because it's not reasonable. I'm not here in this life to pay for me and you just because you're a woman. This is not reasonable. This is crazy. And again, I'm not including married couples, because married couples have a different dynamic, this arrangement. But every couple should definitely speak and make sure they're on the right page. That's why I said, before you get into a relationship with someone, when you're dating that person, you know, you should ask questions. Ask questions, and tell the person what you're looking for, and, you know, get on the right page. And guys, a lot of guys just say yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Stop being a yes man. If something that you don't agree, say it. I actually don't agree with this. It's not what I'm looking for. Is there any way that we can compromise? Be reasonable. Speak with the person. If you don't talk, how else would you know? And always listen. There's always only death you can't find midway. Everything else we can always find a midterm, provided both parties are willing. Right? And that's what you have to do. Guys, I will come back to this, but I want to have more people on the panel. Expectations. There's more to talk about expectations. I'll make a part 2 of expectations in a relationship, and things that may affect or it may change those expectations. But keep an eye out on our channel. I'll do part 2 next. I want to do a part 2 with a panel, but try to take what I said on board, especially if you're a lady. Listen to what I said. This is from a guy's perspective. 70% of marriages, 51% of marriages turns up in divorce. And 70% of those are started by women. So I think that women are having huge problem understanding men, navigating the things that they want, all this power that they have been given, plus what they should be doing, what they know feels better for them. We came to an end of another podcast, but there will be more, so don't worry. If you haven't subscribed, do so. Consider to be a Patreon. Support the channel. Nobody cares about the family unit. I know the government doesn't care about the family unit, but if you care about the family unit and you want to hear things that on average you wouldn't want to hear, or you wouldn't be in a position of hearing this, people telling you things that you don't want to hear, stick to us. Whether you like me or not, stick to us. There's always a chance to learn. And obviously, for more insightful discussions on love, relationships, and personal growth, definitely stick to us. And we'll have more of that. I want to give a big shout out to everyone that listens to the channel, everyone that supports the channel in many ways. Just that like button helps a lot. Comments, and it helps with the algorithm. Also want to give a shout out to my executive producer, GMAX. He gives me a lot of ideas. He polishes a lot of the things that we discuss, and it gives me the opportunity to present them in a more eloquent way. And also for believing in everybody that has believed in me, and as I mentioned previously, I still doubt myself to this day in many things, but it's important to be confident. And just because I'm doing this, it doesn't mean that I don't have doubts. I do have doubts, and I want you guys to relate to us as much as we relate to you guys. And as always, I've been your host. Thanks for listening, and stay safe.